65K of Kenny Hubbard, 2W of Lauren Waterbury. And then in that last starting spot will be the 13D of Dustin Gibbs. Nice field of cars, Andy, tonight here in the Midwest Mods, becoming a more popular class all the time, it seems like.
Yeah, and we have extra money added on this. Jeremiah Gross put $50 on the hard charger for this event. And Dustin Gibbs also put $50 on fourth place in this race too. So we definitely have a couple of extra dollars going to some extra spots on this.
Well, in that front row, both of them showing pretty good speed in their heat races. I'm thinking it was the 24 of Carter Brownsberger that won his race pretty convincingly, as I recall. No, I'll take that back. It was the 77. They've got both of the heat winners in the second row.
Yeah, we got speed in the first row and the second row. This is going to be a tough one here.
Because I think it was Dowdy that won that second heat race, and Bennett winning the first.
The lights are out.
Should be a good race as they go into 3, get ready to come out of 4 for the green flag. Green flag waves. And it's going to be the 24 of Carter Brownsberger taking that early lead, and man, he's stepping out to a pretty good lead. He will lead that first lap with Dowdy in that second spot. And we got one into the wall, up on the wall. That looks like the 51.
And the yellow flag's out. We got one up on the wall down there in turn 1 and 2.
John Hill, you know, he's had a little trouble in 1 and 2 all night. I mean, hot laps, he raced. And now in this feature, he's definitely had some trouble down there.
I tell you, mate, that Carter Brownsberger looked like his sight is set on first place money tonight. He doesn't care that Bennett's back there behind him.
Or Doty. Or Dowdy. I keep wanting to say that wrong. Dowdy, I'm sorry. From Nevada, Missouri, do you know much about Carter?
I've only just got to see him run just a few times. But he's looked, I mean, the track looked like is the kind of surface that he likes.
Speaking of the track surface, I think we got to give a big shout out to Mike Parker and the crew. Probably Gary Clark had a hand in it, I'm sure, but working on this track all week, and pretty good surface here tonight, I'd say. Pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's terrific. They worked on it every night this week. They invited a few guys down last night just to double check it, just make sure there are still no issues. They got the dark spots taken care of that we had on the lights, the new lights that he had put up. So it's just, everything's just way better. It's way better.
I meant to make a comment on that, the lighting earlier, you know, as a video guy. Why, that's one of the things that we really look for at a lot of the tracks that we go to, is how well lit it is, because it only enhances the look of the video, believe me, because you get to some of these tracks and the lighting is so poor, no matter how good HD you're broadcasting it in, it just doesn't look very good.
Yeah, and it's amazing on video how the video will actually make the track look brighter than it actually is. And I want to try to get Zim Boys down here and try this track out for a change. So it'll be pretty neat. Everything looks really good for next year.
I think the lights have gone out. Flagman looks like he's ready, man. He's got his stance like, let's go, as they come down through 3 and 4. Once again, your leader, the 24, Carter Brownsberger. And I think second place goes to Dowdy. And then the 17 of Henry Chambers. Dowdy trying to make a move down on that bottom, but it just looked like he couldn't get the car to quite settle down to get that run off the corner. And here comes Bennett in around there passing the 17 for that third spot.
And the yellow flag again for turn 1.
That looks like the 41 of Ashlyn Pyburn, Lone Jack, Missouri. Spin out, I didn't see that. I don't know if it was assisted or managed to do that by himself. Start this time. So finally cleared the track. Line them up. Once again, your leader in the 24B is Carter Brownsberger. Looks like on that inside row is going to be Jeff Dowdy. And outside is going to be Darren Bennett there in the second row. And back into that third row, I believe that is the 17 on the pole. That's Henry Chambers. And outside of him is the, that's what I thought.
And Bennett takes advantage of a very slow pace on that restart. And Brownsberger looks like he's got a left rear tire rubbing on his body. That's not going to be good.
Yeah.
And it looks like that tire's gone flat. That was not a good restart for Brownsberger.
We got one into one of the tires down here in turn 3. As soon as it comes around where I can read the number. 22. And
that's Archer.
I'll find it. Michael Archer. Adrian just up the road. And does that mean guess who's in the lead?
But that restart was disastrous for Carter Brownsberger.
Yeah.
Looked like he had this thing in hand. And boy, he came around at such a slow pace. Bennett just took advantage of it. He had a nice run on the high side.
It looked like he had some kind of tire rub on there. And the thing is, I didn't think he'd been in any accidents or anything.
No, but I think he was at such a slow pace he got bumped from behind and it folded that quarter panel up into the tire. I mean, it was just totally disastrous for him. But that's what happens. We talked earlier. That's what happens on restarts and yellow flags.
Can completely change the face of the race in no time at all.
Because remember, Bennett started third on that restart, so he went from third to first, just with something as simple as that happening.
Well, we still might have a pretty good race there with Jeff Dowdy and on there, and he'll fall in at the back. See if he can move up at all. But Darren Bennett's going to take him into 3. He'll be coming out of 4 looking for the green flag here. And here we go. Green flag's out.
Dowdy has a look on the bottom of Bennett. Brownsberger running the high sides, already back up to 7th spot. And he's coming hard.
Henry Chambers putting on a good run there for that 3rd place spot also. Bennett out front now. About 3 car lengths there on Dowdy.
And Dowdy is not giving Bennett any breathing room whatsoever. He is staying right on him.
He's not letting Bennett get away from him. He's hanging right there with him. Looks like kind of searching maybe for a little faster spot than where he's at.
This is probably the race we would have had last week if Dowdy hadn't had to have gone to the rear of the field, because he got back up to 2nd. Brownsberger has made his way back up to 6th now.
Might be a new ball game here coming up, Andy. We're catching lap traffic here right now.
Oh, and Bennett runs in on the lap car, and that gives Dowdy an opening.
Dowdy wanting that inside bad, but he can't get it. Bennett now pull out again to about 4 or 5 car lengths lead.
Brownsberger is now up to 4th, and he is coming. I'm not sure he'll have enough time. He could probably use a yellow.
Once again, got a lap car here for Bennett to deal with. See if Dowdy can make any progress on it. Everybody holds their line, and Bennett's going to make the pass here relatively easy.
Oh, and the leader split the lap car, and that holds up Dowdy.
Ooh, that's close.
That may be the break that Bennett was needing to get a little breathing room. Kenny Hubbard and Carter Brownsberger are putting on a good race for 3rd. This one's going to come down to the wire, it looks like.
Bennett now with a bunch of lap cars right up ahead of him. He got 3 lap cars to deal with here through 3 and 4. Will he go high? Looks like low.
Boy, Dowdy is really looking for an opening.
Yeah, Jeff Dowdy really throwing it in.
He gets to look low on him that time. As they come out of 2 and down the back straightaway, the lap cars are playing havoc. Dowdy sees all kinds of opportunity with that.
Bennett hanging on, and we've got a yellow flag somewhere.
And that's just a yellow flag that Kenny Hubbard and Carter Brownsberger were needing. They'd kind of lost touch with the leaders, and now they'll get to restart right on their rear bumpers.
The car that spun around is right down here on the entrance to pit road. If Bennett can run that line that he wants to run and just keep Dowdy behind him, looks like could be another win. We're going to find out, folks, as they come down here and start into turn 3. Darren Bennett's going to be bringing them out of there. Jeff Dowdy in that 2nd spot. And I believe that 55, Kenny Hubbard is in 3rd, and then the 24B of Carter Brownsberger in that 4th spot trying to take 3rd away from him. 3 to go. Got 3 now.
Boy, Dowdy looking low out of turn 2. Does he have the bite?
That should be 2. 2 laps to go for your leader, Darren Bennett. Jeff Dowdy there in that 2nd spot. Man, what a race.
It looks like Dowdy's getting through 1 and 2 a little better than Bennett is, but Bennett's good in 3 and 4.
Still neck and neck.
Dowdy looking again.
I wouldn't give it to anybody yet, Andy. It's looking really close so far. Oh, look at this. Up beside
and a yellow
now.
flag. We have a yellow flag. We got one around down there in turn 1 and 2.
Oh, my gosh.
So now we're going to have a shootout at the end of this.
Oh, we're going to go racing. Out of 4. Bennett, Dowdy.
Here it is
Hubbard.
for all the marbles.
And the 24 of Brownsburger. That's your first 4. Bennett with a good start.
And Brownsburger
with
actually
white
makes
flag.
the pass on the 55, and now he's going to go up and challenge Dowdy. As the white flag flies, Dowdy sailed it off in there.
Looks like Bennett's going to really hang that bottom side. He's not going to give that to Doty, it don't look like.
And Brownsburger is really going to put it in there.
And looks like your winner will be Darren Bennett, Jeff Dowdy, and Carter Brownsburger. That's your top 3.
So, Mike, we've had 2 features and 2 double winners now.
2 repeat winners. And both of them have been really good races. I mean, come down to the last couple of laps to decide who was going to win it. But Darren Bennett's going to pull it out here tonight for the Midwest Mods.
And Kenny Hubbard ended up finishing 4th, and he'll get the Dustin Gibbs added $50 for that 4th place finish. Congratulations.
Bennett kind of hanging back there, letting everybody clear, let the field get off the track. Pulls up here in the winner's circle.
I think there's a reason why that car is painted the same color as money.
The Trey Dowdy. Outside of him will be the 7J of Scott Johnson. 3rd row is going to be the 44 of James Neiswanger. Outside of James is going to be the 42T of Tim Shields. 4th row, 21M of Maddie Waterbury. And outside of him is going to be the 21 of Red Everhart. And in that last row by himself will be Brandon Dowdy. And we just happen to have, where'd he go? We just happen to have the winner here of the Pure Stock race tonight, Leroy Morrison. We got Leroy up here last week. Leroy, another great run, and man, I tell you what, he showed some real skill out there, plus power. Just a good race to watch. Good drive.
Oh yeah, one hell of a battle between me and I don't know the name of the other drivers we're racing against, but the guy, the 71, it was a hell of a battle. I just told myself, I seen him spinning his tires a little bit off exit, and I told myself, have patience, have patience, have patience. You know, and the line just came to me, and we was able to slowly work our way by the 71, and had one hell of a battle.
This track just looks fantastic. How was it for a driver?
It had its little character spots, but for the most part, it was a real racy joint. I mean, he was able to move top to bottom. You just couldn't get way, you couldn't get way too high. I learned that about halfway through the race. So, but we ended up working our way around the spots that had character, and looks like guys about to go green.
It looked like you were up there really high, especially in 3 and 4, and made some pretty decent laps up there until you finally got around that second place car. But like you say, I think we're ready to go. Congratulations on a great win, Leroy.
Thank you. Just had to stay steady and smooth, and just had to wait for the track to come to us.
There you go, folks. Superior Stock winner, Leroy Morrison. Now, like I say, USRA stock cars and the Poweri cars. This is a repeat of last week, isn't it? Only Ed Griggs is on the outside, and the 66 of Thurman is on the inside. Out of 4, the 66 of Jason Thurman is going to take it lead down into 1. Thurman looking really strong here so far in this first lap. Ed Griggs down there digging on the inside. Thurman stays up just a little bit above halfway. Griggs pretty much in the same line. Now he dips down a little bit lower. They're coming out of 4, but not really making any headway there up against Thurman up there in that first spot. He can roll up behind him, it looks like, going into 1, but boy, coming out of 2, Thurman checks out on him.
Boy, Jason Thurman just decided he wasn't going to waste any time getting to the front because he knew how powerful Ed Griggs was going to be. Trey Dowdy hanging in there in 3rd.
Griggs really wanting to work that low side. I think both ends of the track he's wanting to be down around that bottom if he can. Gets up a little closer. They're behind Thurman.
And again, it's nice just to see the guys running all over the racetrack. Using the high groove and the low groove and the middle groove.
Thurman looks like he's found a groove there, Andy, just about 3/4 of the way up the track. And he's hanging with it. I wouldn't give it up either if I was leading.
Well, Griggs is really pouring it into the turns. Man, his car is really working good. And he is not letting the 66 get away from him. Look like car trouble for the 21.
Can't tell which 21 it is. Thurman still looking strong up on that high side. Ed Griggs looks to the bottom again through 3 and 4. Looks like Ed's going to go up and try his line now, Andy.
Yeah, the veteran's going to have to try some other grooves. He's still pretty confident on that low groove in 3 and 4, but he's doing different lines down there in 1 and 2.
Well, we've got one into the wall. I think
looks like
that is
Trey Dowdy. Trey Dowdy up there.
Yeah, the number 3. Trey Dowdy into the wall here in 4. I don't think it was too hard to hit. Looks like he's more or less just stopped up there by it. Chinook, I can't remember the name of the speedway now. Humboldt.
Now that I don't know. I haven't been over to Humboldt, so I'm not sure what classes they do run over there.
Yeah, I don't think they do. Just kind of surprises me. You got a track right there in town, and you have a race car that you can't race there. Once again, your leader, Jason Thurman, in that second spot, Ed Griggs. '44 of James Neiswanger in that 3rd spot, but it looks like the 7 of Scott Johnson wants it. Tim Shields now kind of looking like he's feeling it.
Yeah, it looked like Scott Johnson was going to battle the 44, but Shields looks like he's getting pretty racy around the top. And Griggs is diving down low again. He is trying to work that bottom. Tim Shields does take over 4th from Scott Johnson.
Well, the Thurman and Griggs show continues here. Starting to get quite a bit more interesting. Ed going to look to the inside of him again. Thurman up on that high side, man. He loves it up there. He's found a place where that car will work. Griggs likes it down low.
Thurman caught a good line through 1 and 2 that time and got a little bit of breathing room.
Looks like Tim Shields is going to make the pass there on the 7 of Scott Johnson. And he's going to move into that 4 spot. Tim also kind of up on that high side. Got a lap car here now in front of the leader.
The lap car could be getting away. That allows Griggs to get right on Thurman. He's having a look down on the bottom.
Griggs once again down on the bottom side, looks inside of Thurman, but no, not this time. Thurman with some good speed up there off the top.
And again, Griggs will just not go away. He is persistent on that bottom. Thurman has got to watch every move he makes so he doesn't slip up.
Now Griggs is going to have a bobble or something there from Thurman to be able to do anything with this race. Both of them just as consistent as they can be.
Boy, Griggs got a good run off of 4 that time. Looks like the white flag the next time by, folks. This is about to the end of it. And Griggs saves a good move for the last turn here.
Thurman's still going to outrun him down the straightaway and into turn 1.
But Griggs holds a good line. Oh, he slips up just a little bit. He will probably power that thing into turn 3 in one last shot.
And looks like coming out of 4 to the checkered flag, it's going to be Jason Thurman, Ed Griggs in second. The 44 of James Neisronger, and then the 7 of Scott Johnson. And it looks like the 42 of Tim Shields might have taken a little trip through the infield. He brings up next to last place. The last place car was a 21, and I don't know which one it is. Matty Wamberry or Brandon Dote, the Jason Thurman in 66.
Well, Mike, we didn't have a repeat winner that time. The 55K.
Invented here the winner for 2 consecutive weeks here at Electric City Speedway for the Midwest Mods. Now, is yours a Midwest Mod or is it an E-Mod?
It's an E-Mod.
And how's the comparison to you between the 2 classes? Man, it looks pretty even out there. I mean, that was a heck of a race that you had there. I mean, the last part of that, you were just really being pushed hard.
Yeah, Jeff was good, clean racing. I really enjoyed racing with him. And, you know, comparison in cars, they got a quick change and a Bren. And, you know, I think we got a different chip room, but I would rather have a quick change than a Bren. I mean, you know, I don't know if it's a performance enhancing deal, but just saves us on changing them gears. You know, them 9-inch gears are tough to change. But it was a good race. I enjoyed it. Man, hats off to Mike and his crew here. This is a phenomenal place. I'm glad to be here.
I was going to say, the racing that we've had so far in these first 3 features has just been really good. Most of the racing to win the race has come down to the last 4 or 5 laps, and it's just really been close, and the track just looks really super.
It's good. It's good. There's a couple lanes, a couple little bobbles, but man, he's worked hard all week, and I'll come race for him every weekend if he puts in this kind of work.
Well, it's going to be on Friday night. I don't know if that'll change any of your plans or not, but Mike's pretty much announced tonight that they will be racing on Friday night. And I know you're a local favorite at another track, so it could be tough for you, man.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, but I'll make sure one of my cars are down here.
All right, but once again, just a fantastic run here tonight, and we're getting ready to start. So thanks a lot. Thank you, Derek.
All right, the field gets the green. Everhart and Rayborn side by side into turn 1 and 2. They're going to drag race down the back straightaway. Rayborn gets the advantage. But Everhart tries to come back on the inside. In third place is Kyle Henning in the 1 car. Rayborn has Everhart all over his rear bumper, and Henning is trying to sneak up closer to Everhart. Now Rayborn pulls out to a little bit of a lead, give himself a little bit of breathing room from Everhart.
Looks like Henning's starting to close in there just a little bit for that second place. Once again, kind of getting a good run down on the bottom. But then that second place car of 21E, Josh Everhart, kind of pulls away from him.
Now this class also has extra money for the hard charger, $50 put up by Brad Wyatt. Rayborn out to a comfortable lead. I think he just as soon see this go green the rest of the way. A little less trauma. But Henning is giving Evanhart quite a bit for that second spot. He's trying the high side. Yep. Henning had momentum out of 2, but Evanhart faded up just enough to slow his progress. Henning makes that run again, but he tries it on the inside this time and completes the pass for second place.
Andy, I was really kind of joking there a while ago when I said the 14 should be running with the B-mods because that's an E-mod out there with these B-mods. That's the son, Braden Bennett, running there in that 4th spot, pretty well holding his own as they kind of start to spread out here a little bit. Austin Rayburn from Grandview with looks like almost, I'd say at least a 10 car length lead here ahead of second place there now, the Kyle Henning. Then the 21 of Josh Everhart, and then Braden Bennett. And we've got a yellow flag here. So we've got one on the infield. That looks like the 55 of Jeff Jackson.
Boy, the Grandview racer, Austin Rayborn, has kind of made this race his own tonight. It'll be interesting to see if Henning gets a restart on his rear bumper, if he can do anything with him. Looks like the yellow light is out and they're coming around for the restart. We'll see if Rayborn can jump out to the lead again like he did just before the yellow.
Once again, 33 of Austin Rayburn jumps out there to about a 2 car length lead now over Kyle Henning. With the 21 of Josh Everhart there in that 3rd spot hanging on. And Braden Bennett in that E-mod hanging with him there in that 4th place. Henning looking to the outside, Andy.
There goes Kyle Henning on the outside. And Rayborn falls back into second. We'll see if he has anything back for Henning.
Man, that was a power move, Andy. I don't know how else to describe it out there on the outside. Just run out around him.
Boy, Henning is really using that outside groove to his advantage down in 1 and 2. It really gives him good momentum for the back straightaway. And that seems to be where he's making up all his time.
Henning out front, pulling away. Now, 12, 15 length car length lead over second. About 3/4 of a straightaway. Boy, once Henning got up there, he just broke it loose and took out. The 33 there of Austin Rayburn, just no answer for it. Second, third, and fourth, just kind of at a stalemate. Now the 55 is going to come up and get around. That's of the 70.
Kyle Henning has definitely decided he wants turn 1 and 2 up high and turn 3 and 4 down low. And he is making good lap times. Coming around to take the white flag. He's trying to make this race his own here. The Atchison, Kansas driver. Showing the way around down the back straightaway. Down into turn 3 and 4. And he'll be coming around to take the checkered flag, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a hand. Kyle Henning out of Atchison, Kansas. Second place will be Austin Rayborn in the 33. Third place will be Josh Everhart out of Burlingame, Kansas.
Take nothing away from Kyle Henning, but I still think you have to kind of go back to that fourth place spot there with Brandon Bennett in an E-mod out here with these B-mods to be able to pull that off. I think it's 17 years old in green number 14 right there. But once again, your winner there, Kyle Henning in the 1 with a real power pass down here coming out of 4 to get around the 33 of Austin Rayburn. Not quite as competitive as the other 3 that we've seen, but still, none the least, pretty darn good race.
Yeah, and it was nice to see the green 14 hold his own in that race.
I would definitely say he was fast as second or third.
Missouri. Starting on his outside will be the 28 of Ty Davis out of El Dorado Springs, Missouri. Second row inside will be the number 17 of Josh Barker out of Nevada, Missouri. Second row outside will be the number 4 of Jim Witt out of Grandview, Missouri. Third row inside will be Taylor Harp out of Blue Springs in the 32T. Outside of him will be the 7W of Wesley Breedlove out of Aurora, Missouri. He had a Hall. And the last row inside will be the 13 of Jason McCauley. Nice to see a good field of these guys tonight. They should put on a good show. 15 lap A feature, and we have the green. It was an optical illusion. It looked black and white initially, but it is green.
It only looked like it was black and white checkered. Eric Schmidt with the early lead. He's going to lead this first lap. Got one almost up into the wall. Yeah, he did hit it. The 13, but it looks like he's going to recover. That was Jason McCauley up in the wall down here in turn 4.
Eric Eric Schmidt out front, and Josh Barker, the 17 from Nevada, trying to keep him honest. In third place is the 4 of Jim Witt out of Grandview. And he's staying tucked in underneath Josh Barker's rear bumper. Oh, and he clips the infield tire. Going to have to throw a caution for that.
That'll bring out the yellow. We can't have one of them big things out there. It just about destroy one of these little guys. Schmidt, once again, your leader. And I've all lost track of who is in second.
I think Josh Barker was in second in the 17.
Yeah, I believe
now he's being challenged going into turn 1.
Eric once again with the lead through 3 and 4, and looks like McCullough. No, that's Josh. No, that's the 13. That's McCullough. Jason McCullough there in second. Boy, he's up there pushing Eric Schmidt. Schmidt looks like got his hands full, but a lot of speed down that back straightaway.
Well, that Jason McCullough's decided he's not going to let Schmidt run away with this.
McCullough into the wall again. He did that earlier, Andy. Went up there and bounced off that wall.
I think he shifted. I think he figured out he had another gear in that car.
Field pretty well strung out now, except for first and second. And they're probably about 8 car lengths apart. McCullough can make up some ground there through 3 and 4. I mean, 1 and 2.
Well,
and he gets really up close here behind Schmidt now out of 4.
He gets a terrific run down that back straightaway into turn 3.
But man, he's wiggling all over the place down the straightaway. And Schmidt just pulls away big time now. 12, 15 length car length lead down the back straightaway. I believe this is a 15 lap race for these guys. Schmidt acts like his car's missing out.
Have one off the pace down the back straightaway. Looks like he got it back running though.
Schmidt into the wall hard. Over there in 3. And going to turn the car around and bring out the yellow flag.
And the 32 car had issues too. Boy, he almost got it into that back straightaway wall coming out of turn 2. And that was your second place car that had issues down there in turn 2.
Well, Andy, I kind of feel 2021 slipping away from us here. I think we've just got a few more laps left. Of course, I think I said that last week, and here we are, but I think this is going to be it as far as the racing season here for around the Kansas City area, which is a shame.
Yeah, but I definitely think we were needing this race night just to get everything sorted out and to show everybody that Mike and them are going to put a lot of effort into this. I mean, the track.
Truly, one of the great things about racing is the ingenuity that some of these guys go to enhance performance and or make things better. And out of 4, Eric Schmidt takes a green flag. We've got to be down to close to 5 laps, surely.
Well, a surprise, the 28 of Ty Davis has now took over second. He's gotten around Josh Barker. We'll see if he can mount a charge for Eric Schmidt.
The 28th there, Ty Davis, he started outside front row, but he's kind of been back, I think, in the back half of the racing field. Now kind of exerting himself a little bit as we've had a little attrition there. Well, you can tell this season is coming to an end. The guys are picking up the trash barrels, starting to gather stuff up. Eric Schmidt with just, I would say, a straightaway lead now over second place of 28. Ty Davis from El Dorado Springs. You mentioned that one driver was from Aurora. Is that down by St. Louis? Aurora? Where's that at? Springfield. Springfield. And I think it's going to be the white flag here for Eric Schmidt this time. And folks, we've got about, I'm going to say, 20 seconds left in this racing season. Eric down the back straightaway, going to go into 3. Puts it down there kind of in that dark area. 3, 4, coming out of 4, out of it. Takes a checkered flag. And Eric Schmidt be your winner for the USRA Tuners here at Electric City Speedway tonight. I'm just going to make a sort of kind of educated guess, maybe 10th win for Eric here at Butler this year. He pretty well cleaned house down there.
Well, it wasn't too bad, though. You know, that was our 3rd double winner of the night. So
yeah, that's right.
We won last week, too. So 3 of the 5 classes had repeat winners. So there's a few of these boys that's got this track figured out.
Eric pulls up just a little bit short. I think he wanted to get in the bright lights so the picture would be better. What do you think?
Yeah, it's good PR.
But anyway, folks, on Cheeseworks Videos, appreciate you all tuning in tonight for some more racing here at Electric City Speedway in Butler, Missouri. And all I can say is, we were talking about bucket lists a while ago, Andy, this might be one that you kind of want to write down out in the margin because I think it's going to be a comer. I think this is going to be one of those places where you're going to want to go. If I know Mike, desire to get it right and do it right, it's going to be a place that people are going to want to come to see cars race.
Well, I think so. I mean, unfortunately, there's been a number of tracks, that around that have closed. And so when we get some people in that are trying to, put some life back into some racetracks and, put some money in there and a lot of effort and a lot of time, I mean, it's nice. And you got to go be thankful to those people and reward them and come race for them. That's what the racers need to do, look after the people that are kind of looking after them.
I agree, Andy. It's going to be a tremendous for fans, racers, and just for the community here in Butler, I'm sure, because they sponsored this track really well here the last couple of years. And I look for them to continue to do that because it's a win-win for everybody when they do that. Like I say, the track and the sponsors as well as people around here.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a good community, and like I said, it's, we got enough racetracks close enough. There's a lot of racers around the area that I think should come and give it a try, because I know there used to be a bunch of people who used to race at, at Adrian and Lynn County and tracks right there, and they're all close enough now. And, with the revamping of Dallas County, Scotty Allen and them over there, and then the runners down at Nevada Speedway, I think the future looks pretty decent right now. I think there's a few have closed, but I think the ones that are left are going to get some real effort put into it, which is good.
Absolutely. Well, folks, I think that's going to wrap it up tonight for Cheeseworks Videos here at Electric City Speedway in Butler, Missouri. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Like I say once again, think about coming down here to Electric City Speedway next year. I think that's going to wrap it up. Andy, 2021 is over, buddy. I think this is the last deal. We have done it, buddy.
Well, I think he said that last week. So and here we are. So well, we're just going to see what Mike decides. I heard him talk. Maybe we might have a practice or two later if the weather stays good. So, but you never know. I mean, you can have. I remember, Christmas being 75 degrees. So you just never know when racing.
Yeah, you sure don't. But folks, that's going to do it tonight. Y'all take care and enjoy your winter. Maybe we'll see you down at the Dome. Who knows? Somewhere else. But that's going to do it tonight. Y'all take care. Good